Hello, everybody, and welcome to a bit of wrestling trivia for you all. So, what I'm going to be doing is showing you a bunch of pictures of wrestlers, and you have to tell me what all of them have in common between them. For example, you could say for Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they are both world heavyweight champions in the past. But it's not going to be that easy. It's going to be a very specific feature about them that you have to tell me about. So, we're going to get started with pretty easy ones and then work our way to harder ones. There's only 5 questions, but they are pretty difficult, even though these are the easy side. Let's get into it. This is the first one. So these 6 people all have something in common. I'm going to be giving you a few seconds between each slide so you can take time to think about each one. And I'm also going to be allowing you to pause the video. So I'll take a break for a moment, allow you to pause, think about it, and then answer the question. So I'll just give you a few seconds to think about this one. Okay, so what in common is there between Edge, now Adam Copeland, Shawn Michaels, Rhea Ripley, Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit, and Vince McMahon? They have all won the Royal Rumble between 1 or 2 as their starting number. A lot of people only say that winning from number 1 is notable, which is what Edge, Shawn, Rhea, and Benoit have done. But Mysterio and McMahon don't get enough love for having also won the Rumble from the beginning of the match. Yes, they're at number 2, but they've still won from the beginning of the match. I don't think they get enough recognition. Thought I'd throw them in there. The next question is a little bit harder, but still pretty easy if you think about who's in it. So look at these 7 guys and tell me what is similar between all of them. I will say 4 of them it's more definitive for, the other 3 not as much. Also, as we get harder into the questions, I will be giving you hints and helping you out on this. So, your hint for this one is that this is a more definitive trait of Jeff Jarrett, Matt and Jeff Hardy, and Samoa Joe. For Punk, Gunn, and Rhodes, it's not as well known about them. All right, I'm giving you quite a lot of time. The correct answer for what is similar between Jeff Jarrett, CM Punk, Billy Gunn, Cody Rhodes, Matt and Jeff Hardy, and Samoa Joe is that all of them have worked in WWE, AEW, and TNA in their past. Now, Cody is probably the least known who's worked in TNA. That's why I put him front and center, try and trick you. But he did work there between 2016 and 2017, working in them as TNA and Impact, and didn't wrestle that much with only 4 matches, but he was part of the company, so he does still technically count. This one is a little bit harder than the next one. Obviously, they increase in difficulty. But I think if you logically look at everybody, there's one defining characteristic about each one. Look at all these folks. Now, at this point, they are some of them upside down, so I will be able to tell you each member in case you are unable to see who some of the people on the top are. So, what is common between Triple H, Kofi Kingston, Santino Marella, Cesaro, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Valhalla, Ruby Soho, Ruby Riott, Asuka, Carmella, Baron Corbin, Liv Morgan, Natalya, and the Great Khali. Give you a few seconds. All right, your first hint for this one is that Mandy Rose and Liv Morgan have done this thing each twice. Everybody else has only done it once. This is the idea that actually started this for me. I was looking through something on Wikipedia and ended up finding it. So it's another hint for you. It's a specific pay-per-view related thing. So if you think of pay-per-views and something somebody could have done multiple times out of these people, that might get you on the right track. Okay, I've given you a couple hints, and I'm giving you a lot of time. The correct answer for what all these people have done is that all of them have submitted inside of the Elimination Chamber. For example, Triple H submitted to John Cena before. Asuka technically submitted to Shayna Baszler inside the 2020 Women's Chamber. That's where most of the women on the top of this come from. I believe, I know Valhalla, Ruby, Carmella, and Asuka come from there, I think. But I also believe that Natalya and Liv are the other ones who come from it. I could be a little bit off on that, but I do know that most of it comes from Shayna. The others are just intermittent. Cesaro did submit one of the people on here. I don't remember exactly who it was, but just a fun little detail. The next one is the largest one by far, and there's a ton of people on it, so I will flip it upside down for you. You don't have to try and read the people who are upside down for a minute, and I don't want to go through every single one of them because I don't remember every single one of them. But this is everybody on it. Yeah, there's a lot of people here, so I'll just go over some of the quick hits here on the bottom, and then I'll go over the other ones once we get to the top. Got people like the Great Muta, Howard Finkel, Coco Beware, Gorgeous George, Abdullah the Butcher, Mil Mascaras, Queen Charmel, Teddy Long, Jimmy Hart, Hillbilly Jim. Got a lot of people on here. I'll give you a few seconds on this side, and then I'll flip it in a minute. All right, here we go. This is the other side. Got Torrie Wilson over here, Jushin Liger, Jake Roberts, Paul Bearer, Jesse Ventura, Bobby Heenan, Eric Bischoff, Bob Orton Jr., Sr., whatever he is, the Grand Wizard. If any of y'all know who that is, he's a very old wrestler. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people here just in black and white. So you know it's been a while. Okay, I'll give you a hint for this one. This is a place where all these people are. So that's your first hint. Something about a place where they all are. And this is every single one of them, by the way. I didn't skip out. Okay. When I was compiling all these people, I ignored a certain type of person. And if I say it, I will spoil it a little bit. But I ignored legacy, winners of the Warrior Award, celebrities. I ignored celebrities. And I also ignored members of bigger factions. All right, your final hint for this one is that all these people do not have something that is also what a lot of other people in this group have. All right, so the correct answer for this is that all these people are in the WWE Hall of Fame, but without any major titles or accomplishments. Now, by big accomplishments, there are a few rules here. I consider them like 3 or 4, but they are as follows. Royal Rumble is 1, Elimination Chamber, main eventing WrestleMania, and other supplementaries like King of the Ring and Money in the Bank. So all these people have not won any of those things ever, yet are still in the Hall of Fame. Now, some of them are valid. Things like Howard Finkel is obviously not going to be your Royal Rumble winner. That would be a little bit weird. Or Jushin Liger. And a few of these people didn't even wrestle in WWE. They only made it because of how good they are outside of WWE. Like Mil Mascaras was never a WWE performer, I don't think. But he still made it in because of how legendary he was. I ignored the legacy inductees because there were A, a lot of them, and B, because most of them, as I just said, did not wrestle in the WWE. So the final category that we're going to be doing and the final question for the day is way less people than this, I will say. And here it is. Just 2 guys. It's Miz and AJ Styles. There's something about these 2 guys that no other person has in any major company. I'll give you a few seconds. This one is the hardest one. So, all right, your first hint is that Miz talks about this all the time. Not about AJ, but about himself. Okay, your second hint. They did this thing in different companies. All right, your final hint is that it is about titles. Something about titles they've won. Okay, so I've given you a decent amount of time. If you want to, you can pause. But the correct answer to this is that both The Miz and AJ Styles in WWE and TNA, respectively, are the only multi-time Grand Slam champions. As I said, Miz talks about this all the time. We all know that. But AJ doesn't mention it because he's not in the company anymore. But now that they have a working relationship with TNA, I wouldn't be surprised if he started to bring it up more often. So those are all my little trivia questions. Just wanted to hop on and give you all that. I hope you had a fun time with that. I enjoyed it myself. I actually ran through this video without my camera on before this, and I felt pretty natural with it. And then I started messing up when I started recording. So that's fun. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more similar content like this. I've been uploading a lot recently. Been on that grind, you know. But I hope you had a good time watching. Make sure you have a good day, good evening, good night, good morning, good dawn, good dusk, good whatever. Make sure to watch any former or future episodes of this series. and goodbye.